Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK, and welcome back to Fate Stay Night Remastered, where we are back home after yet another lovely day at school. We were at school, right? I want to say we were at school. Yeah, it's been a few days since I last recorded. You guys will be able to tell, I can't hide it. So I think what happened is that it was actually just an ordinary day. It was more or less an ordinary day at school compared to the previous day where we had Reen trying to kill us. Yeah, that was fun. But we actually did have a couple run-ins with Shinji. In the classroom, he, held up the facade that, he's in no wrongdoing or whatever. And then after school, we had a very familiar meeting with him where he was trying to get us to, join forces or whatever, so then we can team up against Reen or whatever. But obviously that wasn't going to happen. But I think that went down pretty okay. But it's obvious that he's going to be coming after us. It's obvious that as soon as tomorrow or the next day, things are going to go down. Actually, I think things are going to go down for Shurzie's tomorrow, and Reen is preparing. There are only 2 sets of shoes at the entrance. Fujine's heels and Saber's loafers. I'm worried, so I go to the living room without announcing that I'm home. Briskly, I make my way down the hall. What's got I'm all worried here? As expected, Sakura is not in the living room. Instead, I spy someone that looks suspiciously like Fujine doing something that might be cooking in the kitchen.
あ、おかえりしろ。何、驚いた顔しちゃって。なんかあったの?
She puts down what appears to be flour. If I didn't know any better, she looks like she's been mixing something. Have we ever seen her actually cook? I don't think we have. So maybe that's what's got him a little on edge? Actually, I don't remember how many years it's been since I last saw Fujine doing something like cooking. Well, there we go.
そっか、さくらちゃんのことね。さくらちゃんなら帰ったわよ。お家の人から電話があって呼び戻されちゃった。
Oh, that's right.
そうか。シンジのやつ、直接電話してきたのか。
Yeah, we did make a deal with him. We're not joining forces necessarily, but, the deal is to try and stay out of each other's hair. But obviously that's not going to work. But he would prefer if his sister was at home with him. I don't know how I feel about that personally, but I see where he's coming from. He didn't need to worry, but I guess he wanted to take care of it as soon as possible.
シンジ君? まあいっか。
After tilting her head as if she's not satisfied, she goes back to what she was doing. It bothers me a bit. It's not completely dark yet, so... Oh shit, we get a choice here? I'll stop Fujine's wrongdoing before the sun sets and it's dinner time. I'll go see how Sakura is doing before the sun sets and it's dinner time. Or I will go tell Saber that I'm home before the sun sets and it's dinner time. Okay. I kind of want to do the second choice, but hear me out. Hear me out, gamers. I do think that will give us a bad ending. It might not. But at the very least, there might be something to gain here. So I'm just letting you guys know. I'm making the purposeful choice here of checking on Sakura with, fully knowing that we're probably going to die. And if we do die, it is what it is. This is not me making the wrong choice. This is me and my curiosity moving in the direction of danger. Because, what is Fujine's wrongdoing, What is that? What, the cooking? Or what are we going to go tell Saber, She's going to find out that we're home eventually. I don't know. I mean, I think the rightest move would actually be to go tell Saber that we're home because we're working together and she wanted us home earlier. But fuck it, we're going to be irresponsible. We're going to be going the path of absolute danger here, and we're going to go check on Sakura. Yeah, I should go check on Sakura before the sun sets.
藤ね、 ちょっと出てくる。どんな風の吹き回しだか知らないけど、夕飯の準備任せた。
はーい、いってらっしゃい。夕ご飯は美味しいカニ玉だからね。
Hey, cool. I don't know what any of that was. Crab egg fuyung, huh? Oh, well, I guess even Fujine should be able to make that. I already know the choice I'll make if we do die here and we're sent back to this choice, this crossroads here. It'll be to go talk to Saber. I head up the hill as the sun sets. As it's still winter, it's setting early. I need to hurry and go to the Mato household so I can check up on Sakura. Yeah, it shouldn't necessarily be on the other side of town.
あれ、先輩、どうしたんですか？
いや、なんとなく近くまで寄ったから、ついでに。
ついでですか？わかりました。そういうことにしておきます。
Okay, there's no impending doom here. What's going on? My flustered state must have been funny as Sakura smiles. Her expression is genuine, and it doesn't look like that she's been harassed by Shinji.
さくら、本当に要件はないんだけど、シンジはどうしてる？今家にいるのか？
兄さんですか？いえ、今日はまだ帰ってきてないみたいですけど。
Oh, that explains why we're still alive.
帰ってない？じゃあ誰がうちに電話したんだ？さくら、シンジに呼び戻されたんじゃないのか？
さあ、私は藤村先生におじいさまが待ってるからうちに帰りなさいって言われただけですから。
Wait,
よく
what?
は。
I see. But it is true that Shinji hasn't talked to Sakura at all. Shinji's her brother after all. He would never involve such a good sister in this battle between masters. And there's one thing I have to tell her so I don't involve her in this mess.
安心した。
先輩、
それでさくら、
急なんですけど。
しばらくの間だけど、
One at a time,
してもらえ
please.
ないか？
お手伝いには行けそうにないんです。
That actually kind of hurt the brain because I was trying to read both at the same fucking time. All right. Okay. Okay, so he's saying that, hey, you know, stop helping for a bit. And she's saying, I'm not going to be helping for a bit. But why is she not going to? Why is she choosing not to? We stare at each other blankly. 10 seconds pass with us just goofily staring at each other.
ちょっと残念ですけど、先輩からそう言ってもらえて助かりました。しばらくはうちにいて、夜は出歩くなって言われているんです。
そうだよな。最近物騒だし、もっと早くにそうするべきだった。じゃあ、さくら。
はい。しばらく先輩のお家に行くのは遠慮します。張り合いがなくなっちゃいますけど、我慢すればすぐ元通りですから。それまで、できれば弓道部の方に顔を出してくださいね。
Oh, I'm not really sure about all that. That was strange. Okay, so I was wondering for a while what the parent or guardian situation was for these two characters, Shinji and Sakura. But it does seem like that they have, you know, I guess grandparents or a grandparent at the very least. I have not heard of anything else. Or if we have been told of something else, I've completely forgotten. But it's not entirely strange that there being a, you know, a history with magic here, that their parents would know of what's going on here, and it's very possible that Shinji has also even told his parents. Sakura might be the one left in the dark. Sakura bows and goes back into her house. Okay, I know that we're gonna be, like, pissing off Saber here with the choice that we made, but I think this was the right choice, information-wise, you know? Like, we should be okay with Sakura being at that place and not being left here. I managed to make it back before dinner. I tell Saber, who was angrily waiting for me at the entrance, about what happened today and how we eliminated the bounded field at school, as well as Tosaka anticipating a counterattack tomorrow. I don't tell her about Shinji. I don't want her to consider him an enemy until his true intentions are clear. I think that should have been shared regardless.
では、夕食にしましょうか、シロ。先ほどからタイガが食事の支度をして待っています。
She must be hungry. Excuse me, as Saber makes her way quickly to the living room.
そっか。藤根の料理なんてガキの頃以来だな。
I'm half worried and half looking forward to it. Man, who would have imagined that it was going to turn into such a disaster? Wait, what happened? Wait, did I actually end up making the wrong choice? Like, were we supposed to choose the first option back there? The one I would have selected last out of the three? It's time for the long-awaited dinner. On the table, there's the crab egg fuyang that Fujine made for the three of us. It's a simple dish where there's rice in a bowl and one serving of the omelet on top of it. It looks like there's a yellow lid on the bowl, which doesn't really look that good. But it should make the rice taste better since it's in a bowl. It's like a cutlet rice bowl or tempura rice bowl. There's no way it can be bad because the topping's flavor seeps into the rice evenly. The only downside is that the flavor would be rather mild, but it's a luxurious problem to have.
じゃ、いただきます。
はい、いただきます。いただきます。
She's been very, like, you know, giddy ever since we got home the first time. We all bow and start into our bowls. But there's not an ounce of softness in the egg fuyang. In fact, the strange texture is more like that of a main dish. Oh shit.
バカなー！事件発生。カニ玉丼が別の料理になってるよ。
This isn't an emergency or anything. This is more like okonomi. Well, I was close. Okonomiyaki. I almost got it on my first try, but nope, I hesitated.
ねえ、なんでこうなっちゃったの？私ちゃんと聞いた通り作ったよ。
うわ、もしかして藤根にこれ教えたの藤村組の若衆さん？
うん。おっきな卵焼き作るって言ったら小麦粉とかいろいろくれたの。
I wish she realized her mistake at that point. Until now, I thought that being able to make an omelet was a basic function of every human being was born with. A crab egg fuyang is only really an advanced version of an omelet. So it was my mistake to assume that Fujine couldn't mess up something like that. That's right. Fujine can't even cook an omelet.
白。
Then, I hear a voice filled with disappointment coming from my side.
セイバー。
I slowly turn to her.
白。いくら私でも
Oh
さ
no.
すがにこれは食べにくい。
Yeah, she fucked up. Yikes, it's hard to tell, but Saber seems mad. Damn, we could have saved dinner. We could have. But I chose to go and make sure that Sakura was okay, which I stand by that choice. And actually, I'm kind of curious, who did we get brownie points with? We got brownie points with absolutely fucking nobody. Who's to say that we would have gotten brownie points from anyone in this situation? Maybe Saber, maybe. Oh well. The nightmare of a dinner ends and it's time for a strategy meeting. But I've already reported to Saber about what happened today. Since it's likely that there will be a battle tomorrow, we might as well prepare.
それでは今夜も外に出ることはないのですか、白。
なあ、セイバーには歯がゆいだろうけど、今はそれで我慢してくれ。むやみに戦う気はないし、何よりめったやたらに戦えるほど余裕がある状況じゃないだろう。
So this is actually this is a definite change compared to the previous go around, where I'm pretty sure tonight was actually the night where we went to the shrine. We went up to the or tried to get up to the shrine. Saber had an interesting fight against Assassin on the stairs leading up to the shrine, and then I think Ryder and Caster were also, you know, around the vicinity. So the fact that we're just not going in that direction whatsoever here is pretty interesting. I'm inexperienced as a master, and Saber has a limit to how many times she can battle since I'm not able to provide her with any magical energy. Given our situation, it's not a good idea to be aimlessly looking around for masters.
わかりました。確かにシローの言い分には一理あります。積極的ではありませんが、勝利するためには細心の注意も必要ですから。
Ah, yes, you see reason this time around.
ですが、戦う意志があるというのなら、無駄な時間は使えません。今夜はここに留まるというのであらば、その時間を鍛錬に使うべきです。
Honestly, that is fair. Saber stares at me. She doesn't even need to tell me. I brought Saber to this dojo with that in mind.
わかってる。セイバー、昨日のこと覚えてるか？俺が夜遅く帰ってきたら、たるんでるってことで手合わせしただろ？あれ、いい教訓になったんだ。勝てない奴には何をやっても勝てない。そんな初歩的なこと、セイバーと向き合うまで気づかなかった。そういった心構えの意味も含めて、セイバーと手合わせするのは大切だと思う。
Okay, and we're starting this even earlier.
どのくらい効果があるかわからないけど、セイバーがその気になって相手をしてくれれば、俺も少しは生き延びることができるだろ
う。では、シロ。
ああ、これからは時間に余裕がある限り鍛えてくれ。差し当たってはこれから寝るまで。
I take the bamboo sword on the wall. It's 8 p.m. There's still 4 hours until bedtime, so I'll train my heart out? I stop Saber since I feel like my life's in danger. Because as Saber turns to me... Oh shit.
戦う心構えを鍛えたいということですので、私もシローの意気込みに応えてみたのですが。
She's going to kill me.
さあ、鍛錬を始めましょう、シロー。まずはあなたの不明を打ちます。確かにシローはたるんでいますからね。今夜のようなことがないよう気を引き締めてもらわなければ。
I take it we are going the expediting route with the training in this go around. So she is mad about dinner.
なんだそりゃ、あれはフジネーが悪いんだろう。それにセイバーだって文句言いながらちゃん。
問答無用。それにシロー、意識を失う前に言っておきますが、あれはやむなくです。今後それを忘れぬように。
Saber disappears. Oh, what a rough night. Oh man. So I have to go through 4 hours of brutal torture? Grudges over food sure are scary. That is true, actually. The food grudges can be fucking real. I'm sure we've all been there.
セイバーのやつ、やるとなったら本気で手か。
I crawl into bed. My body is covered in bruises and pain relief patches, and I'm sure it'll all be sore tomorrow. Probably not.
疲れた。
Really, that's an understatement. After training with Saber, I did my daily strengthening routine, so I'm tired both mentally and physically. Saber and Fujine are sleeping in a room nearby, but I don't even care right now. I'm just exhausted. I'll sleep for now and prepare for tomorrow. Hopefully that was the right thing to do, you know? Oh shit, I don't want to come. Please don't crop that out of context. Am I dreaming? I must have dozed off. My body's asleep and I can't even lift a finger. Then this has to be a dream. It's a dark night. There's a weird ringing in my ears. My legs are still asleep, but I'm walking down a hill. Oh shit. Oh shit. We're not dreaming, man. We are not dreaming. It's cold. The wind is stabbing my cheeks. I must still be in my pajamas as the rest of my body is ice cold. This is unusual for Fuyuki. It feels so cold that I ought to wake from the discomfort if this were a dream. Yeah, we're getting attacked by Caster, I'm pretty sure. I walk through the empty town. The ringing in my ears doesn't stop. Ignoring my shivering body, my feet are moving towards somewhere. I try to scream, but I notice that my throat is frozen. This isn't a dream. This can't be a dream. But I still feel like I'm asleep. My limbs, they aren't following my orders, and they are walking as if manipulated by something. What's interesting is, well, I guess what's most curious is how this is even happening. Oh, here we go. This must be the final destination. My feet move faster as they climb up the stone steps. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. And we're here alone, too. The ringing in my ears turns into a voice. No, that's wrong. The ringing hasn't changed at all. It has been repeating the same word over and over. Come here. What fills the inside of my skull is a female voice full of magical energy. I see the mountain gate. Something's on the other side. And if I cross that gate, I won't come out alive. I don't know what it is, but my hazy mind screams for me to flee right now. Go back. Go back. Go back. Stop. You can still make it. Wake up right now and go back. It's not happening, man. Unless I'm able to wake. My hazy thoughts become clear, and my will finally returns. But it's too late. My limbs still don't obey me as they go through the mountain gate. The only certain thing is my mind. My body does not listen to me and walks into Ryoto Temple, not going against the voice. I'm sorry, I've been calling it a shrine, but yeah, this is more of a overall temple. I mean, does shrine work here? You guys know what I was talking about. The temple is covered in darkness. In the center stands something like, or with an inhuman magical energy. Ah, shit. The figure wavers like a heat haze. A dark shadow that reminds me of a grim reaper strips off the layers of darkness and... the figure turns into a magician that one would see in those old fairy tales. She sneers. It seems that my body is under her control. The feet that won't listen to me freeze at her command. Okay, so you won't kill us if we stay where we're at, right? And you'll let us go home afterwards? Once we're done with whatever this is? My consciousness wavers. I can't move my own limbs at all despite an enemy appearing right before me. Yeah, that is an enemy. There's no doubt or hesitation. That is a servant, a heroic spirit who excels most in magecraft out of the 7 servants. Yep. I move my frozen throat with all my might and somehow manage to glare at my enemy. You know, we have a name. A cool voice is mocking me at the same time. I try to pour strength into my legs, but my body doesn't move at all. Damn it, what the hell am I doing? I've been lured here, and on top of that, I can't move a muscle. I concentrate on my limbs with all my energy. Whatever trick this is, Caster's magecraft is robbing the freedom to control my body. Then if I can extract her magical energy... I concentrate everything I have to search throughout my body. Caster's magical energy. It seeped into my body to take away the freedom from my limbs. I peer into my own body, but keep my eyes focused straight ahead. It's not that difficult if I stay calm. Every night I focus on finding the magical energy and circuit within me. I just have to repeat that and identify where Caster's poisoning me from. Even if I can't get it out of my body, I can focus it into one of my limbs so that I can move the other 3. What even is this? Caster's magical energy isn't mixed within me. The only tainting element is this one small point on my chest. Yet my whole body is acting abnormally. There's nothing wrong in my flowing blood, but the blood vessels themselves are screwed up. It's like my heart is locked up. Is the red spot on my chest caster's magical energy? My body is completely stripped of its authority with just one word of a curse. So I was cursed by caster in my sleep. Even if I was asleep, it should be impossible for me to be captured by a magecraft that was activated so far away. Mages have a resistance. It's the power to repel magecraft effects that hypnotize, bind, or coerce. As long as one is a mage, one cannot be easily manipulated by other mages. It's a fundamental law. Mages have magic circuits. The circuits running through the body not only make magical energy, but they also have the ability to repel external magical energy. It is difficult to interfere with the bodily functions of someone who has working magic circuits, and it is hard to control even a mage several ranks below oneself. As the magic circuit repels external magical energy, the spell is destroyed before it can be completed. For that reason, indirect magecraft that has those coercive or binding effects has a low success rate. Even if the target is not a mage, the magecraft can be repelled unconsciously if they have a magic circuit. In that regard, an intervention of just attacking with magical energy like Tosaka does, where you can make a weapon in this world and attack after completing the spell, is the most efficient magecraft. Something that strikes physically works on other physical things. Regardless of whether or not someone has a circuit, you bleed if you're cut. No way. And that makes this something else entirely. I'm guessing if I were in close proximity, such a spell would work on me. If I had met Caster before somewhere and had a spell cast on me then, it follows that she could affect me from some distance. But I've never met Caster, nor do I recall having a curse cast on me. This is our first meeting. Without moving from here, Caster cast a spell all the way to my house and captured my body. The word witch pops into my head. She can control my body from more than a few kilometers away, which shouldn't be possible if we're both mages. But Caster can manipulate anybody in town without moving from here. My spirit weakens. As the magecraft is complete, there's no way for me to dispel it. I can't do anything unless Caster releases me or I get some outside help.
理解できて。あなたを縛っているのは私の魔力ではなく、魔術そのもの。一度成立した魔術は、魔力という水では洗い流せない。液体と固体のようなものよ。形を得たものに水をかけても、その形は崩れないでしょ?
Yeah, it depends. The shadow gets closer. The bluish-purple robe melting into the night is sneering.
けれど例外もあるわ。例えばそうね。あなたたちが編み上げた魔術など、私にしてみれば泥の建造物に過ぎない。そんなもの、かける水流が多く激しければ、形になっていようと簡単に洗い流せる。理解できて？私とあなたたちの違いは、そういう次元の話なのよ。
それでわざわざこんなところまで呼びつけたわけ。
ええ。マスターたちは皆小物だけど、その中でもあなたは飛び抜けて力不足でしたから。
Damn, we're actually behind Shinji? That is fucking rough.
何しろ町の人間たちと変わらない高魔力ですもの。そんなマスターを見つけたら、こうして話をしたくなるのは当然でしょ?
Sure. She snickers. Demonstratively, she's the superior here, and I'm just the prey. A chill runs through me. She wants to speak to me. Yeah, right. No, she's just gonna kill me.
ほら、また誤解。安心なさい。殺してしまっては魔力を吸い上げられないわ。この町の人間は皆私のものですからね。殺さない程度に生かし続けて、最後の一滴まで差し出してもらわないと。
Her laughter echoes in my ears. I feel as though a missing piece fits inside my head. Did she just say that she's going to drain the magical energy from everyone in this town?
来ました。お前、無関係な人間に手を出したな。
あら、知らなかったの？あの小娘と手を組んだのだから当然知っているものと思っていたけど。そう、まだ知らなかったのね。
Castor's lips curl into a delighted smile, as if she's thinking about how she will cook the prey that she caught.
なら教えてあげる。私、キャスターのサーバントには陣地を作る権利があるのよ。魔術師は工房を持つものでしょ。それと同じよ。私はこの場所に神殿を作ってあなたたちから身を守る。幸いこの土地はサーバントにとって鬼門ですからね。陣地としては優れているし、何より魔力を集めやすい。初めはあまりにもあなたたちの魔力が少なくて加減がつかなかったけれど、今は程よく集められるわ。ほら見えるでしょ。この土地に溜まった数百人分の魔力の貯蔵、うぞうむぞうの人のかけらが。
じゃあ、街で起きてる事件は。
Oh yeah, we're piecing it together now.
ええ、ここは私の神殿だと言ったでしょ。なら供物を捧げるのは下界でうごめく人間たちの使命ではなくて。
The unknown coma incidents happening in this town. I didn't think that it was that many, but she said hundreds of people. If I look closely, in the swirl of magical energy in this temple, it looks like it's made up of 1,000 souls. I put strength into my limbs, but there was no change, and Castor just stands there mocking me.
さあ、それでは話を済ませてしまいましょうか。
Yeah, I think you moved a little closer to us. I don't know how I feel about that.
あなたもずっとそうしているのは退屈でしょ。
A voice whispers in my ear. At the same time, the enemy that I couldn't see until now fills my vision.
セイバーのマスター。
Aw, man.
あなたからはそのレイジをもらってあげるわ。セイバーは消すには惜しいサーバントですもの。彼女にはあの目障りなバーサーカーを倒してもらうとしましょう。
Castor raises her arm. A finger inches forward toward my arm.
霊視を奪ったと。
Is that possible? Yeah. I think Tosaka said that you need to pull out the nerves in order to take command spells.
そうよ。まずはその皮を剥いで、それからレイジを私のマスターに移植する。けれどレイジは所有者の魔術回路と一体化しているでしょ。レイジを剥奪するということは、あなたから神経を引き抜くということでもあるわ。
I actually didn't know about that part. Casually, Castor speaks of something horrifying as if it were small talk. Pull out my nerves? So she's gonna rip out the nerves in my body? If she does that, I'll...
ええ、正常ではいられなくなるでしょうね。けれど安心なさい。命まで取りはしないから。
I desperately put strength into my limbs to the point that they might get dismembered, but nothing changes. My limbs don't move, and I'm like a prisoner about to be executed. A bewitching sneer. The fingers that glow ominously slowly reach out from my left hand like a crawling spider. No way this is a bad ending. Interlude? Something? Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, there's no way. I haven't done anything that bad recently. Are we going to Saber here? Yep. How long has it taken for her to notice something is wrong? She wakes from a strange premonition of a spider's web and makes her way to the hallway.
Shirou.
At first, she thinks that it might be coming from her master. The abnormality came from Shirou Emiya's room before snaking outside.
まったく、まだ魔術の鍛錬をしているのですか。
Saber sighs, her golden hair swaying. It's good that he's enthusiastic, but his body won't last unless he rests. And when she decides to go warn him, she realizes her own mistake. She confirms her suspicions and gasps. The abnormality isn't coming from Shirou's room. Under the moonlight, A string thin as her hair runs through the darkness. The single string goes into Shirou's room from outside the house. It's so thin that even the bounded field here didn't catch wind of it. There's no time. She transforms into an armored knight and swiftly heads out. Her feet run through the quiet streets. Nothing will stop her. She knows where she must go. She only has to follow the string, the pulse of her master. All she can do is run as fast as she can. It makes no difference whether her destination is her enemy's territory, nor how many death traps await her, and she has sworn to protect her master. Anything that might come is negligible. But is she going to be stopped on the way there by assassin? A mountain contaminated with an abundance of magical energy. Ghosts fly around in the sky like crows, and the leaves and the trees are covered in unseen blood. Within the collected magical energy reside these stripped-down souls, and the stark mountainside will consume those that approach. If there is a place in this world where death is assured, well, this is unmistakably the perfect example. She enters without hesitation. Such things will not stop her. If this place is hell, then she has to save her master all the more. She runs up the stone stairs. The expected traps and obstacles do not manifest. The mountain gate is already in her sight, and she should reach it with one more step of her magical energy-infused legs. However, but her advance ends. No, it is halted by an enemy. There he is, atop a staircase landing beneath the eaves of the mountain gate. There stands one servant. His name is Sasaki Kojiro. The assassin-class servant, the protector of Ryoto Temple, wields the longsword Monohashi Zao. I think I said that wrong, but her mind is unrest, or her mind in unrest. Saber readies invisible air. Her master is on the other side of the mountain gate, but the identity of the servant that stands before her is too much of an unknown. The way he revealed his identity with no hesitation, which I still think he's such a badass for doing that, honestly. Like, no one expects that shit. He does not take a stance, and his hostility seems transparent pure. She cannot grasp his strength from such a transparent offering. She can see his power as a servant. Assassin is not powerful, so it ought to be easy to maneuver and defeat him, but her instincts tell her otherwise. They tell her that in a duel, she will not best him. Saber clamps down on her anxiety and glares at Assassin. There is only one step until she can strike the opponent. To move up or down, the moment one of them makes a move, the other will strike with a killing blow. Her final warning. The longsword-wielding swordsman accepts with grace and poise. Her green eyes would but pierce his body for such a foolish question. He must like her reaction. The longsword weaves through the night in an arc. This all pretty much confirms that the masters... it's hard to say about the masters, but definitely the servants of Assassin and Caster are working together, and maybe Ryder is in the mix. It's hard to say, you know, if Shinji was able to work with anybody else here. I kind of doubt it, honestly. He laughs with the same cool, collected tone. Assassin! Saber steps up in reply. The longsword swiftly strikes, but Saber's invisible blade intercedes. The sounds of the clashing swords echo through the breezy mountaintop. Their skill seems equal, but she has no advantage. Frustration builds. The enemy that she must defeat quickly is actually skilled in a great hindrance. She grits her teeth and prays with all of her might. In that moment, excessive thoughts beyond the duel seep into her skull. The battle does not end. The mountain gate is too far away. I guess, either way, we ended up in a very similar situation. But no bad ending. We have not gotten a bad ending at this time. So, at least we got that going for us. Alright, I think we'll wrap it up on that. I think that seems like as good of a ending, or not ending, but of a cutoff spot as we're gonna get here. As I believe we're about to go into quite the fight here. I don't know how, but that is what it seems like, and regardless, I'm excited. It's the same but different, which is really cool to see. We're going to probably get more out of this than in our first go-around, which already was a lot in many ways. So, we'll see how this one goes. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that fancy jazz, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy.